Chapter 22. The feast of unleavened bread drew near, which is called Passover. And the chief priests and scribes sought how they might kill him, for they feared the people. Then Satan entered into Judas, who is surnamed Iscariot, being of the number of the 12. And he went his way and discussed with the chief priests and captains how he might deliver him up to them. And they were very happy and agreed to give him money. And he promised and sought an opportunity to deliver him to them away from the crowd. Then came the day of unleavened bread, in which it was essential to kill the Passover. And he sent Peter and John, saying, "Go and prepare us the Passover, that we may eat." But they said to him, "Where do you want us to prepare it?" And he said to them, "Look, when you enter into the city, a man will meet you with a pitcher of water. Follow him into the house where he enters, and say to the master of the house, 'The teacher says to you, where is the guest chamber where I shall eat the Passover with my disciples?' And he will show you a large furnished upper room. There make ready." Then they went and found just as he had said to them, and they prepared the Passover. And when the hour came, he reclined, and the 12 apostles with him. And he said to them, "I have earnestly desired to eat this Passover with you before I suffer. For I tell you, I will no more eat of it until it is fulfilled in the kingdom of God." And he took the cup and gave thanks and said, "Take this and share it among yourselves. For I tell you, I will not drink of the fruit of the vine until the kingdom of God comes." And he took the bread, and giving thanks, he broke it and gave it to them, saying, "This is my body, which is given for you. Do this in remembrance of me." And after they had eaten, in like manner he took the cup, saying, "This is the new covenant in my blood, which is poured out for you. Yet behold, the hand of him that will deliver me up is with me on the table. And indeed the Son of Man goes just as it has been determined, but woe to that man by whom he is betrayed." And they began to inquire among themselves who it might be among them that would do this. Then there was also strife among them, which of them should be thought the greatest. And he said to them, "The kings of the nations rule over them, and those who exercise authority over them are called benefactors. But not you. Rather, the greatest among you shall be as the least, and he that leads as he who serves. For who is greater, he that sits at the table, or he that serves? Is it not he that sits at the table? But I am among you as he that serves. But you are those who have remained with me in my trial, and I appoint to you a kingdom, just as my Father appointed to me, that you may eat and drink at my table in my kingdom, and may sit on thrones judging the 12 tribes of Israel." And the Lord said, "Dear Simon, understand. Satan has demanded to sift you as wheat, but I have prayed for you that your faith will not fail. And when you return again, strengthen your brothers." And he said to him, "Lord, I'm ready to go with you to prison and to death." And he said, "I tell you, Peter, that before the rooster crows this day, you will have denied that you know me 3 times. And he said to them, "When I sent you without wallet, suitcase, and sandals, did you lack anything?" And they said, "No." And then he said to them, "However, now, he who has a purse, let him take it, and also a suitcase. And he that has no sword, let him sell his coat and buy one. For I tell you, that which is written must be fulfilled in me." And with the lawless was he numbered. For those things which are written of me have an end. And they said, "Lord, look, here are 2 swords. And he said to them, "It is enough." And he came out and went to the Mount of Olives, as was his custom, and his disciples followed him. And when he came to the place, he said to them, "Pray that you do not enter into temptation." And he withdrew from them about a stone's throw, and falling on his knees, prayed, saying, "Father, if you are willing, take away this cup from me, but not my will, rather yours be done." And there appeared to him an angel from heaven, strengthening him. And he was in agony, and prayed more fervently, and his sweat became as great drops of blood falling down to the earth. And he rose up from prayer and came to his disciples. He found them sleeping from grief. And he said to them, "Why do you sleep? Get up and pray that you may not enter into temptation." But while he was still talking, behold, there came a crowd, and he that was called Judas, one of the 12, was leading them, and drew near to Jesus to kiss him. And Jesus said to him, "Judas, do you betray the Son of Man with a kiss?" But those around him, seeing what was about to happen, said to him, "Lord, shall we strike with the sword?" And one of them struck a servant of the high priest, and took off his right ear. And Jesus responded and said, "Allow this to happen." And he touched his ear and healed him. Then Jesus said to the chief priests and rulers of the temple and the elders that had come to him, "Have you come out against a robber with swords and clubs? When I was daily with you in the temple, you did not stretch out your hand against me. But this is your hour and the power of darkness." Then they seized him and led him away and brought him to the house of the high priest. And Peter was following afar off. Now they had kindled a fire in the midst of the court and sat down together. Peter sat down to warm himself among them. And one of the maids saw him as he sat by the light, and staring at him said, "This one was with him." But he denied him, saying, "Woman, I do not know him." And after a while, another saw him and said, "You also are of them." But Peter said, "Man, I am not." And after about an hour, another one said strongly, "Certainly this one was with him, for he is also a Galilean." And Peter said, "Man, I do not know what you are talking about." And immediately as he was speaking, the rooster crowed. And the Lord turned back and looked at Peter. And Peter remembered the word of the Lord, how he said to him, "Before the rooster crows, you will deny me 3 times." And Peter went out and wept bitterly. And the men that were guarding Jesus mocked him and beat him. And having blindfolded him, they were hitting him in the face and asking him, "Who is it that hit you?" saying, "Prophesy." And many other blasphemous things they said to him. And when it was day, the elders of the people, both the high priests and scribes, came together and led him to the Sanhedrin, saying, "If you are the Christ, tell us." And he said, "If I were to tell you, you would not believe. And if also I should ask, you would not answer me or let me go. From now on shall the Son of Man sit at the right hand of the power of God." Then they all said, "Then you are the Son of God?" He said to them, "You say that I am." Then they said, "What further need do we have of any more witnesses? We ourselves have heard from his own mouth."